We welcome our participants to this session on Government e-Marketplace GEM. We are honored to have an expert in this field as the resource person for this session, Mr. Suraj Sharma. Mr. Sharma is a B.Tech Electronics and Communications Engineering from Kurukshetra University. He holds a PG diploma in VLSI Technology, Advanced Digital Electronics and Chips Designing from Mohali. He holds a PG DBA in Customer Relationship Management from Symbiosis Center for Distance Learning. He has more than 14 years experience in IT, ITES and e-commerce industry. Presently, he is working as a senior manager enterprise business at infibeam.com. Mr. Sharma is an effective leader and communicator with strong interpersonal leadership, analytical, and relationship management skills. He is a keen strategist, planner, and implementer with expertise in people and business management, aimed at enhancing overall organization growth, sustained profitability for organization and client, and improved business performance. He has worked in the field of business analysis, training, e-learning, key accounts management and operations, data and MIS analysis, business intelligence tools, designing, developing, distributing reports, manipulation of raw data into quality graphs and tables, and collection analysis of operational performance metrics and targets. His expertise includes team management, client handling, new clients acquisition, revenue management, and achieving better business acumen. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Suraj Sharma, and may we now request you to please enlighten all of us with your experience and expertise in the field of GEM. Thank you, sir. Over to you.
Thank you, ma'am, and good afternoon to everyone. So, my name is Suraj, and I will be presenting the GEM topic to all of you. So, let me just share my screen. All right, to begin with, let me first go through some introduction part on GEM. GEM stands for Government e-Marketplace. So, it's a one-stop online procurement portal for all government buyers, including all the central and state ministries, departments, bodies, and PSUs. So we started on 9th of August 2016. We follow GFR. GFR is General Financial Rules. There is a rule in GFR called Rule 149, which says that procurement of goods and services by the ministries or department will be mandatory for goods or services available on GEM. So in short, if something is available on GEM, it has to be brought through GEM. So here government is the buyer and seller can be anyone across India. So this site basically deals with all the government procurement. So we are an efficient portal, transparent and inclusiveness in public procurement. So transparency means uh, we do not disclose the seller name or seller contact details. So if I am a buyer, if I am going to purchase something, I just know the product name and product price. So this is how we stop the communication between buyer and seller. Then we have bidding, reverse auction, and direct purchase. So these are the methods by which a buyer can place the order. So direct purchase is very common. Then we have the online bidding and reverse auction. So just highlight about the GFR rule number 149. So it also says that credentials of all suppliers will be certified by GEM SPB. So SPB is the main engine behind GEM. So they are the one who decide policies and new features on GEM. So credentials of suppliers, they are certified by GEM SPB. So this process is online. And we have a price slab. So you can see up to 25,000 through any supplier. Between 25 to 5 lakhs, we have L1 method on GEM. And above 5 lakh, it is bidding or reverse auction. RA stands for reverse auction. So I'll be explaining you today all these methods. So these all three methods comes under purchase. So after introduction, I will take you to registration, how you can create an account on GEM, then how you can transfer the user, then how you can purchase. Again, purchase is three part: direct purchase, L1 purchase, and bidding and reverse auction. And final part is our payments part. So how to make the payments on GEM. So this will explain the complete order life cycle. So on your screen, you can see the map of India. So all these blue colored states, they have signed an MOU with GEM, and all these state governments are actively using GEM. You can see the banks are there, seller associations are there. So all these have MOU with GEM, and in a way or another, they are associated with GEM for banking services, for seller development, and we have the integration with government database, income tax database, MCA21, PFMS, Aadhaar database. So in a way, we also verify seller credentials through all these database. Current numbers we have. So going from right to left, so we have achieved 80,000 crores till now, and maximum has come in the last 1 year itself. We aim for 2 or 3 lakh crores this financial year. So this year we are targeting that, and we have around 55 lakhs orders right now. We have till date 21 lakh 35,000 products. We have around approximately 10 lakh sellers and 49,000 buyer departments. So these are the buyer departments. So coming to some of the advantages on GEM. So first one is end-to-end system from registration to payment. So everything can be done online, starting from creation of an account to making a purchase to making payments. So there is no need for buyer or seller to visit any office. Everything can be done online. Then, as I said, transparency is there. Uh, you will not be able to, as a buyer, you will not be able to know who is the seller. And we don't allow communication until the order is placed. Once order is placed, then buyer and seller can talk. Then we have searching, comparison, selection, and buying facility. So all these online site features are there. Rich listing of products. So we have, as I said, we have 21 lakh plus products, and we have around 175 services also. So to name a few, we have manpower hiring service, we have vehicle hiring service, we have pest control service, we have catering service, canteen service, flower decoration, horticulture service, housekeeping service, cleaning and sanitation service, goods and transport service. So if it's a long list actually. So all the basic services which are required by any government department, we have already created that. Then buyer can place a service contract also for those services. Up to date user friendly dashboard for buying, monitoring, supplies. So dashboard is something where they can see their account summary. They can see how many orders are open, how many orders are pending for payment, pending for acceptance, and how many payments are due. So all these things can be seen. Order process redesigned. So we are in version 4 right now. It's the latest version and advanced version wherein we have made use of latest technologies to make the user UI very uh, helpful and easier to purchase. Option to provide multiple consignee locations. So consignee means the delivery location. So you can order once and deliver it to multiple locations. That feature is available. Another feature is bunching. So bunching means grouping of items. So if earlier what happened, if I need 5 products, then I had to place 5 orders. But right now, as in bunching, what we can do is if I need 5 products, I can bunch them together in one shopping cart and then place the order. So this is called as bunching. And the last feature is called as price trend for products. So basically, uh, according to rule 149, it also says that buyer should be very much, responsible for rate reasonability. So if on GEM site, the rate is showing something, and if he is satisfied, then only he should proceed for purchase. So to justify the rate, we have given this price trend. Some tools are there, so they can see the last purchase price for the product. Last 6 purchase details are available. They can see the corresponding price on other sites, so they will have a live comparison with other sites. So using all these features, he can decide whether gem price is fine or not. Coming to seller advantages, so we have around uh, you can say a lot of advantages basically. So let me just give an example. If I am a seller, I am in Delhi. If I upload my product and if I am able to deliver across all India. So earlier I was selling only to Delhi or the neighboring states. But now my product is visible in Tamil Nadu also, Kerala also. So buyers from all parts of India, they can see my product and they can give me orders. So this is the reach of Gem Portal. There is, they have covered the marketing aspect also for sellers and one-stop shop for bids. So these are all the features we have. Dynamic pricing, price can be changed. Vendor rating system is there. So, so if you as a buyer, if you have your existing suppliers, please tell them to come on Gem. It's a very good opportunity to deal with government. Coming back to buyer module again, so this is the user structure we have. We have the primary and secondary users. So on your screen, you can see the central user is the primary user, which we also call as HOD. Please remember, primary user or HOD is the same thing. HOD will register the account and then he will have to create or modify secondary users. Now all these four, buyer, consignee, PAO and DDO, they are secondary users. So as the name suggests, buyer will place the order, consignee will receive the order, PAO and DDO. So one of them will be processing the payments. So they are called as pay and accounts officer and drawing and disbursement officer. So now you understand the structure. HOD will register on GEM and from his account he will create buyer, consignee and payment authority. And sorry, individually buyer can log in, individually consignee can log in and they can work on GEM. Next is multiple procurement options. So these this was also a part of Rule 149. So direct purchase, the first option is for amount less than 25,000. So just like Amazon, you can go on site on the GEM site, whatever product you want below 25,000, you can directly purchase it. This is the first option. Second is L1 purchase. L1 purchase is basically amount more than 25,000 and less than 5 lakhs. So L1 purchase method is used. So in this method, we have to make a comparison table. I'll show you later how to do that. And the third method is bidding and reverse auction. Bidding is for more than 5 lakhs. So even you can do bidding for less than 5 lakh also, but for more than 5 lakh, it is mandatory. And reverse auction is also an advanced form of bidding. It is called as RA. So where bidders can give multiple times they can quote the price. And the last method is intent of buying, PAC. PAC stands for proprietary article certificate buying. So if I am a buyer, I need a specific brand. If I need a laptop, I need only HP laptop. Then it comes under PAC buying. So this is the PAC buying process. Okay, this we can cover it later also. This is the support channel for GEM. We have one call center, we have one email address, we have a live chat feature, we have a FAQs, around 500 FAQs are there. And we have a Gemmy chatbot which is available 24 hours. And we have our office address at Delhi. So if you are a buyer or if you want to recommend to a seller also, you can refer this support channel. Now, I'll come to the main topic of today. So like what is in the buyer functionality, how we can register, how we can purchase, how we can make payments. So first is the introduction to buyer functionality. So these are the prerequisites that is required for registration on GEM. The first one is called as primary user. So what we need as a document for primary user registration, one is Aadhaar number, virtual ID, and then we have mobile number which is linked with Aadhaar. Then we have email ID. Okay, this is very important. Email ID on GEM is always NIC based. Either it is .nic.in or the domain must be registered under NIC. So this is the only requirement which a buyer has to make sure of, that email ID should be of NIC or NIC domain. So even if they don't have NIC ID, GEM also creates email address, which is we call as gembuyer.in. Then let us come to verifying authority. Verifying authority is also a person in the buyer organization who will act as a verifier. And secondary user, again same thing, mobile number, email address, and Aadhaar number. Now this is a role player matrix. You can see primary user can also be a consignee. Buyer and consignee can also be the same person. However, the payment authority is separate. Let us come to registration part. So how a primary user can register. So I'll show you step by step. If you are new to GEM and if you want to register as a HOD, primary user is also HOD. So let us click here, go to the GEM site. This is GEM site, gem.gov.in. Go to the sign up part for buyers. Click on this and you will first see the review terms and conditions. So once you accept it, so system will ask to enter the Aadhaar number and mobile number linked with Aadhaar. So here we are just giving a sample Aadhaar and entering the mobile number which is linked with Aadhaar. So this is also a mandatory requirement that mobile number should be linked, because once you click on verify, one OTP will come. The OTP will come on the mobile number which is linked to your Aadhaar number. So OTP will, once you enter the OTP, then this first name and last name will be automatically pulled up. Then we'll go to the organization hierarchy. So there are 4 tabs here. Organization name, either you come under central government or state government. You have to specify the hierarchy, which ministry you come under, then which office, finally the organization name, like what is the department and the organization name. So this is called as a hierarchy. This you have to make it very correct and cautiously, because the same information will be displayed on all your contracts. So here hierarchy should be very much correct. If hierarchy is not available, it can also be added online. We have a process wherein you can request for a new hierarchy. Then email address, again, email ID, I have told you it should be NIC registered email address. So once you enter it, you can verify with OTP. So we have one link also. If you do not have government email address, you can contact GEM and apply for gembuyer.in email address. So we asked some format, filled up format. You have to fill a format. You will send the details of HOD like name, Aadhaar number, mobile address, and same for verifying authority. So we create email address for 2 people. So that is required for HOD registration. And the last part is your username and password. So you can click on select a username. So username should be according to the your uh, username should be according to your designation or your department name. So this is required. You can select a strong password also, and your account will be registered. So this is hardly a 10-minute job. If you have the email address, then it can be done in hardly 10 minutes. So first task of HOD is to update some details. So first one is your address. HOD will update his address. Then payment method. So payment method, here you have to select a method like how you want to pay. how you want to pay your vendors. So PFMS is for central government and others is basically for offline payments. So PFMS is integrated with GEM and others is for offline payments. Select a method, you can select multiple modes also. Then personal details, you can put organization PAN also, organization GSTN also. And the last one is verifying authority details. So verifying authority is basically a person who is at the same level of HOD, one rank lower or one rank higher also. He will act as a verifier. So you will enter his detail. So what he will get one email that someone has registered as a primary user. And if you think he is the wrong person, you can deactivate the registration. So he will get one deactivate link. So this is the only role of verifying authority, that they will have to deactivate this user if they feel so in the first 48 hours. Post 48 hours, the registration is automatically accepted. Then we have, if you go to the My Account section, you will see multiple tabs. You can, organization address, payment method, bank account details. You all already have filled up all these details. Some other changes will be like, you can update your mobile, you can update your organization hierarchy, you can change your email. Hierarchy changing is through OTP. You have to enter one OTP first. Change your email, change your password. Not user means you can update the Aadhaar and change the user, my team. And the last one option is deactivate account. So this option is very, very important. If you want to change the primary user, suppose my primary user is transferred and a new person has come, then click on this option, deactivate account, and enter the email address of the new person. So this is how you will deactivate a. So once you enter this, once you enter the email address, this account will get temporarily deactivated, and one mail will be sent to the new HOD that you are the new HOD. You have to verify your Aadhaar details, and you can then log into GEM. So basically, the account will remain same. Ownership gets transferred from one user to another. So all the secondary users will remain same. All the secondary, orders, the orders which have been purchased are same. So these will be same. Now this was all for primary user, and let us go for secondary user creation. Secondary user will be buyer. So let us see how it can be created from within the primary user only. So let us log in via primary user. There is a user tab on the top. Then click on users. Now there are multiple options. You can see add secondary user, manage post. You can see manage divisions, create gem buyer email ID. So all these options are available. So for creating any user, you have to first create the division. So division is nothing but an address. So first click on new division, enter the address. So let us suppose my HOD is in Delhi, but one of my division is in Noida. So I have to create a Noida division first. Then I will save it. So this will be saved. Now I can create one buyer, or I can create one consignee under this admin division. Click on add secondary user and manage post. So here I have to define the post. I have to fill up a small form. Enter the designation. Enter the designation of the person. Then division. Division can be HOD or division can be admin division. So this is the role. Then we have to select the role. Either the user can be buyer or consignee or both. And DDO also. The same way you have to create a DDO. Enter the user ID. So you have to now select a username for secondary user. Let us suppose he is in Noida. So you can put it Noida buyer 123. This is the username. Then email address. It should be NIC based, and click on add post. So you will get a message, user invited, and activation link is sent to the user. So this is one invitation will be sent to one buyer. So if I want to create 5 buyers, I have to send 5 invitations. If it is then invitation email, let me show you how the activates. You can see this user, he is inactive right now. So he will get one email like this. This is called as activation email. He will click on this link, verify me now. He will enter his Aadhaar number and one OTP will be coming. And once the OTP will be verified, then he can set up a password and click on create account. Now this way, this is the complete process of invitation and activation. So one buyer is now created. Similarly, you can create multiple number of buyers, multiple consignees, multiple DDOs. So that is the process for secondary user creation. Now let us see how we can deactivate it. Deactivate also can be done by the primary user account. See, HOD account is the admin account. HOD account can create, modify the user. Again, they will go to user and manage post. Now here you can see all the users are which are created under this primary user are displayed here. So you can see the roles. One is PAO, that is pay and accounts officer. One is HOD, which is this account only. Other two are buyer and consignee. So you can see the status is active and you can deactivate this user. Click on deactivate and the user will be inactive. Now this person cannot log in. So this person will not be able to log in. This is deactivated. So let us suppose you want to, then you go to this add new user, add, just select that post which you have deactivated just now, enter the email address of the new person, and then it can be deactivated. Click on submit. So that is how the user will be transferred from one to another. So that was the total registration part. So anyhow, we will take questions at the end of the session. If you have doubts regarding registration, you can note it down and we'll take it at the end. So I have shown you primary user or the HOD registration, how he will register, how he will update his account, how he can create users, and then how he can deactivate or transfer those users. Now moving on, I'll be focusing on the first purchase part, which is called a direct purchase. So direct purchase can be done by the buyer ID only. It cannot be done by a primary user. So buyer has the rights. So by definition, direct purchase is any item which is below 25,000. So I will show you what all features you will see whenever you are going to make a purchase. So first is login. Now you will log in as a buyer. Remember, as a secondary user, you will log in. So you have two options: market, products and services. So if you want to buy a product, go for products. If you want to go for services, then you can go for services. Then we'll go for search box. Search box, you can search your product or you can shop by category also. So this is just like any other online site. You can search your product. Now, most common products are online. We have displayed on the top. These are the most common categories. So click on printer. The system will take you the printer category. Now you can see this. The current product is called as current L1. Current L1 means current lowest price product. Then and we have L2, L3, L4 products also are there. So now we have to apply filters like I want printer, but what kind of printer I want? What are the technical parameters? Where is the delivery of location of delivery? All these features I have to do in the filters part. First is administrative filter. So I'll click on here. Intent of buying, I have to leave it blank right now because I'm not going for bid. I'm not going for PAC. I'm doing direct purchase only. So I'll click on select consignees first. Click on select, and then we have filter called Make in India. So every seller who is uploading on GEM, they have to declare the country of origin. So Make in India products will come here. Then MSC filter, MSC is like micro and small enterprise. So if the buyer wants only from them, then he can select this filter. Then we have seller registered address. Seller registered address is basically the location of the seller. So let us suppose your order is only 5,000, but since you cannot determine where is the seller located, so we have given this filter. Let us suppose you are in Delhi, so you enter Delhi here. Then we will show you only those sellers which are from Delhi. So this is very helpful. If I am in Delhi, I can get a local seller. Then seller rating. So you can see the star rating also on the products. So this is basically the seller rating. So if you want a seller rating higher than 4, maximum rating is 5. So you can go up to 4.8 rating. Then lead time for dispatch. It is basically the time taken by seller to dispatch the material. So if you put 3 days here, you can see only those products which can be dispatched in 3 days. Then we have financial filter. So you can apply any turnover value. So turnover is automatically verified by GEM. So vendor cannot fake it. So we verify directly from the income tax database. So if you put 10 lakh here, so only those sellers which are having turnover more than 10 lakh will be shown to you. So this is a very good feature. Then make and model. So many products are known by their brand and model number. So particularly in IT or electronics category. So you can determine that. And last is the product specification. So these are the filters you can see. These are the technical parameters of printer category. Every category will have different parameters. So you can see the yellow color, they are called as golden parameters. Gray colors are non-golden parameters. So basically golden parameters are price impacting parameters. So if I take an example of a desktop, then RAM is a golden parameter, hard drive size is a golden parameter, operating system is a golden parameter, uh, screen size is a golden parameter. So all these things they will combine to give you the correct result. So whatever filter you want, you can apply the filters here. Then based on your result, it will be displayed like this: low to high, high to low. You can do that. So now let me show you some of the meaning. So first is the star rating. If you click on the star rating, you can see the rating breakup. Like overall rating is 3.86. What is the breakup of this? How much for quality? How much for delivery? How much for coverage? How much for reliability? So quality reliability means the product has never been rejected by any buyer. So this will give you a fair idea of performance of seller. Then we have this green color icon. This is called as assessed vendor. Assessed is written. So we have a process by which vendor can get themselves assessed. It's a paid process. It is done by Quality Council of India. So manufacturers and resellers both, they can get them assessed. So the reason is this, that they will be given this icon. So they are pre-verified vendors. If you click on that, we have verified all these details. So you don't have to worry about a vendor who is fake or not. So assessed vendors are pre-verified vendors. And the last part is this red color triangle. So let me tell you what does this mean. This means incident history. So incident means if any buyer has any problem with the seller, they can raise one incident. And incidents is a like grievance redressal mechanism. So if a seller has done something wrong, then buyer can make a complaint, and GEM will take action as per the incident management policy. So whatever action is taken, we keep that as a history to show other buyers also. So this is how you can see the history. Now let us open the product in the full page. Now this is the full page view. You can see this. There are two buttons, trends and compare. So click on trends. So you can see the last purchase trends. You can see the price up and down, how it has gone through last 6 months. You can also see the last 6 purchase price. So see, this product was sold on Gem at what price. We show you that so that you can be very reasonable about rate. Second button is compare button. If you click on it, we will show you the price comparison from other websites. So this is how you will be very sure of the Gem price and other website price also. If you think price is wrong, if you think image is wrong, if you think technical parameter is wrong, just click on report the product and you can raise one incident. So the reason will be shown to you and you can raise an incident. Now, as per incident management policy, this has to be resolved by seller. Otherwise, we will take action on seller. Now, coming back to select consignee, I will enter my delivery location. I can add multiple location also. Now, let us suppose I want this product. Okay, this is 17,000. Comes under direct purchase. I will click on add to cart. Two options will be shown, direct purchase or bidding. So I want direct purchase first. I'll go to direct purchase. I'll go to proceed to checkout. And then I'll go for, this is my shopping cart. So you know what is shopping cart. If you have ever done online purchase, you know what is a shopping cart. This will show you the summary, product title, price, quantity, and total price. And click on direct purchase. So this is the order summary first. We will show you what is the price and all, delivery location and all. Delivery days also we show. It is 15 days. Minimum delivery days for direct purchase is 15 days. Click on continue. Then we have some financial details. First is select payment authority. So here now you have to select who will be making payment for this order. So then you have to select the payment authority. Then who gave you the approval for this purchase, you have to enter the designation of that person. And the only thing you have to upload here is that you have to upload the approval copy. So for any official purchase, every buyer has to take a official approval from the competent authority. That I suppose you want desktops for office, then you get a noting or approval from your senior that desktop should be purchased on Gem, and just scan it, convert into PDF and upload it here. So this is only paper thing involved here. Otherwise, Gem is paperless. Click on continue. Some general terms and conditions will come and the verify button will come. So verify button, whenever you press it, we will send you an OTP. So this is called as e-signing process. So wherever we need signatures, we send you an OTP. Once you enter the OTP, your direct purchase will be placed. So this is how a direct purchase is done. So you go on the site, go to the category, choose the consignee location, apply filters, apply location filter, which is very, very important. Because if your 5,000 order goes to say Chennai, then Chennai vendor will not send it. Sometimes they have a issue with the distance. So enter the delivery that location, seller registered address. If you are in say Mumbai, then enter Mumbai only, because this will show you local sellers. Apply rating filter. Rating filter will help you give a better rating, because higher the rating is, better the seller is. Then go for assessed vendor if possible. Assessed vendors are pre-verified. And below 25,000, you can take any product. You can do your due diligence for the price. You can check the price trends, compare button, and everything you can do. Now coming to second method, which is called as L1 purchase. So let us again come back to rule 149. L1 purchase is from 25,000 to 5 lakh. Now what happens if your budget is between this? Okay, so let us again log in as a buyer. I will select a category called air conditioner this time. Okay, I'll go to this category, air conditioner. Now L1 product is shown. Now what kind of air conditioner I want? Okay, so I will have to apply filters. So you know that first I'll apply delivery location. So let us suppose I apply 4 quantities. Now you can see uh, price is increased. Okay, price is increased according to the quantities. So and add to cart button is missing. So as soon as the price go more than 25,000, Gem hides the add to cart button. So the message is coming like this: product costing more than 25,000 must be compared. Please compare the product before adding to the cart. So now first you have to apply all the filters as I earlier told you. This is the rating filter, turnover, make and model, and product specification. This is very important. What type of AC you want? Window, split, star rating. So these all are golden parameters. So apply the filter. L1 product will be shown basis the filter you have applied. And then we'll go for comparison. Now you can see there are compare button is there. Here is the compare button on every product. Here is the brand name LG, Godrej. So let me click on compare. So first I'll compare LG, then I'll take Toshiba, then I'll take Hitachi. I have to take 3 different manufacturers. This is the rule that says that you have to compare 3 different manufacturers. So click on start comparison and Gem will give you a table. This is called as comparison table. Now you can see your 3 products. Now Gem has given the one more product. It is called as category current L1. This is called as Gem recommended product and L1 product. You can see the price is lowest. So what is the benefit of this comparison table? Let me show you. If you click on add to cart, you will again get direct purchase option. So you understand if you go to the shopping cart, your direct purchase limit is now increased. It is not 25,000. You can go beyond 25,000. So you can go up to 5 lakhs also. Up to 5 lakh, if you are taking L1 product, you have to go through comparison table. Now rest of the process is same. You have to upload the approval. Click on accept and save for terms and condition, verify button, and your order is placed. So now I have shown you 2 methods, direct purchase and L1. So the order gets placed immediately in this case. Seller will get 3 days time to accept or decline the order. Although we want all sellers to accept it, but somehow in some conditions, decline button is given. If stock is not there, or if maybe if you have not applied location filter, the order goes into very far off location. So basically the seller has an option to decline it. So once they decline it, their rating will automatically get decreased, and also you can raise an incident on them, because our main task is also to bring discipline and sanitization on the portal. So if you raise an incident, so we will take action as per our policy. Now the action can be anything like we remove the product, we disable the seller for 15 days, for 30 days, for 90 days, for 1 year, up to 1 year also. So we have a concept of suspending the seller up to 1 year. Permanent disablement is not there. So we believe in corrective action only. But as soon as you raise an incident, the vendor will try to remove the incident by contacting you. They can ask for we will give the product, we will deliver the product, we will give the good quality, but please close the incident. So that you have to take a call. Now coming to the most important part, bid creation. This is the third and the last method. Bidding means in the local terms we call it tendering also. So what happens in bidding is basically you will place a bid online and sellers will give you quotations. Sellers will give you quotation, and whosoever has given the lowest one will get the order. So now there are methods to place the bid. So you have to choose a product which is closely matching your requirement. So let us log in as a buyer. Let us log in as a buyer. Go for log in as a buyer and choose the category. Now I want a product. I want to place a bid for a product. So I'll choose the product. I'll choose the category called desktop computers. Now desktop is, this is the category page. So I want to place a bid here. So let us see the process step by step. First of all, I'll select this intent of buying bid. Because I want to do a bid, so I will inform the website, the GEM website, that I am going for a bid. Okay, so we hide the L1 product in that case, because after bidding, new L1 will come. So we don't display the market L1. Then go for select consignees. I'll add, say, I want 50 desktops. Okay, I'll click on search. And these are the filters. So although filters won't work here, let me tell you very clearly. Uh, if you select Make in India, then you have to select Make in India in the bid module also. Seller registered address, you can choose it. However, bid invitation is given to Pan India. So every seller from every part of India can participate, provided he has this laptop category. Rating also is not a parameter. If you select 4 rated seller, however, lower rated seller can also participate. Then product specification. This is the main thing of this bid. This will define your bid requirement. So basically, if you go for, you can see these golden parameters. These are the parameters you have to select one by one. Now click on add to cart. So you can see this add to cart button is visible even the price is more than 25,000. Why? Because we have selected intent of buying as bid. Click on add to cart. Now system will show you a pop-up. This pop-up will basically tell you golden parameters. Now GEM says that you have to select a value, minimum one value in every golden parameter. Right? Like what kind of processor you want, what the processor generation you want, description, type of processor. So you have to mandatorily do that. Otherwise, GEM will keep you reminding. So select all golden parameters, then comes the pricing part. Now you see this product has uploaded by 6 different suppliers. You have to use a reference price. Here, if I'm taking a quote of say 20,000 per desktop, now I'm keeping a price capping here. So no bidder will be able to quote more than 20,000. So I have to choose this price very carefully. If I choose 20,000 and the market price is say 25 and 30,000, so no bidder will come. So we have to choose a very carefully. This price we have to choose very carefully. So 30,000 we can say we can take 35,000. This is the upper limit will be defined. Then we'll go to the shopping cart. Proceed to checkout. Now in this shopping cart we can see the bidding and RA. RA stands for reverse auction. So now process for bidding and process for RA is exactly the same. Only the name is changed. So I'll just show you how we can go for bidding. Click on bid. This is the bid module. This is the bid module. First part is called as specification. If I click on desktop computers, I can see all these filters that I have applied. See, processor make, I have selected Intel. Number of cores of processor 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 or higher. Processor description also. So you can select it. You can see the values also here. Then we have additional specification parameter. Additional specification parameters means you can add your own parameters. You can add your own parameters. Click on yes, and you can define here. Yeah. So let us suppose some parameters are not available on GEM and they are mandatorily required by you. Then you can select these parameters. You can type it and add it. They will be part of your golden parameters. Continue. Second step is your consignee. Again, consignee detail will show you the address, quantity, and delivery days. See, delivery days you can put more than up to 365 days. Then you have an option for staggered delivery. Staggered delivery means truck icon is there. Click on this truck icon. Now you can schedule your deliveries. So let us suppose you have a large number of quantities, say 1000 quantities, and you have delivery days for up to 6 months. Now you can schedule your delivery. Like first month you require say 200 quantities. Second month you require another 200 quantities. Then so on. You can create a schedule. This is here you can create the schedule. Another option is download and upload button is there. So you can download your consignees in the Excel sheet. If you want to change the consignee, and you can upload it again. So your consignee can be multiple consignees. Click on save. Now this is the bid detail page. First is bid duration. So this is the duration for which bid will be live on the site. This is the duration, like 10 days is there for bidders to participate. Life cycle of the bid is 90 days. So you have to do all process till 90 days. Offer validity is the seller price offer validity. Then we have this bid to RA. So if you want to take this bid to RA, then you can click on yes. Inspection, you can also select post dispatch, pre-dispatch inspection. You can have impaneled agencies also. This is the, see, there is one new feature which is called as technical clarifications. If you want to ask any bidder about something, you can ask bidder for technical clarification. Then we have eligibility criteria. So here you can define the turnover, whatever you want. Document required from seller. You can ask documents like turnover, authorization certificate, ISO certificate. There are multiple documents which a buyer wants. Then exemption to verified MSCs and startup, you can have that if you want to give exemption to micro and small enterprise or startups. Next is EMD EPBG. EMD, you might be knowing, earnest money deposit, which every bidder has to give. And EPBG is performance being guarantee. So this is applicable for order values more than 5 lakhs. So below 5 lakhs, you will not be able to take EMD or EPBG. If you want, you can get Click yes and you will have an option 0.5 to 5% you can take EMD. EPBG you can take from 2 to 10%. EPBG is performance bank guarantee given by only one bidder who is the successful L1 bidder. EMD will be given by all bidders to participate in the bid unless they are exempted, because some categories are exempted also, like micro and small enterprise are exempted, startups are exempted, people with vendor assessment are also exempted, people with 500 crore or more turnover, they are also exempted. So we have some exemption criteria. Then we'll go to the next step, which is called as reservation for MSC and reservation for Make in India. So suppose you want only MSC bidders, you can do it here. Suppose you want only Make in India suppliers, then you can do it here. You can divide the quantities, like here 25% is reserved for micro and small enterprise. We have a normal splitting also. You can just split the quantities into L1, L2, L3. The only condition is that L1, the L2, L3 have to match the L1 price. And this is another splitting for Make in India and MSC. Next is your TNC. We also call them additional terms and condition. So you can take a clause and you can add it to your bid. Like we have multiple clause. Like bidder must be in the same state of consignee, bidder must have a toll-free number, bidder must have escalation matrix. So we have a clause for payments, service and support, warranty, scope of supply, buyback, ration items. So you can have all those and take it with your bid. Click on verify OTP and once you enter the OTP, your bid will be placed. So this is the process how you can place one bid, say for 10 days. After 10 days, you will come back and open the bid. Now I'll show you how to open the bid. Log into GEM, go to the bid section. Okay, this is the bid now you have placed. Now bid his status is ended. 10 days have crossed. Click on open technical bid. Now bid opening is two parts, technical and financial. Technical means you have to validate all the bidders technically. And financial means you have to see the price. So let us suppose you have only say less than 3 participants, then GEM will ask you to extend it. You can extend it further. If 10 days are less, you can extend it further, or you can open the technical bid. This is the technical bid page. Now there is only one supplier. You can see the name. Now here name is visible. Item details are there. AMD status is there. MSC status you have to verify. And then view documents and see clarification. So here you can click and see the documents. So verify specifications, either you have to accept it or reject it. Accept means you are qualifying the vendor. Reject means you are rejecting the bidder. So for both you have to give a reason. Now you can see this vendor is qualified. Now you have to open the technical financial bid. So here you will click on open financial bid, enter the OTP and price will be displayed. So you can see only technical verified bidders will be coming to financial stage. So ranking will be there, L1, L2, whatever is the number. So L1 will get the order. Click on open and award, you can get the order. So let us suppose offer validity is expired. So sometimes it happens that you take a lot of time and offer validity expires. You can click on extend offer validity and you can place a new offer validity. Once it is accepted by seller, then you can upload the approval and finally create the order. Click on verify and your order will be placed. So I have shown you the complete bid process now. Select a product, select the reference price, check all golden parameters, go to the bid module, check your consignee, check your specification, enter the bid details, enter inspection details, turnover details, documentation required, EMD, EPBG if you want require, splitting if you want to do, if you want to have some additional terms and conditions. And then you can open the bid by uh, qualifying or disqualifying the vendors. So qualified ones, we will show you the price, and the lowest one will get the order. So this is the summary of the bidding process. Now the last part is your acceptance and payments. So post that we'll go for question answers. So order process is called as CRAC generation. CRAC stands for Consignee Receipt and Acceptance Certificate. Now consignee has to do this when the item gets delivered. So let us suppose I'll log in as a consignee now. Okay. Log in as a consignee. Now this is the dashboard of a consignee. I'll go to the product orders, all contracts. Now this is my contract. You can see order confirmed, then accepted by seller, then dispatched by seller. Now we have a process order button. So consignee will update the delivery date. Then you will get a process order button. Click on process order. First is called as PRC. We'll process the PRC first. So we have to enter the received quantity here. Received quantity is whatever we have received. I'll enter that and the delivery date. So I'll enter the delivery date also. So this will be the delivery receiving date. Okay. Now the second step is process CRAC. Now I have received one quantity. Either it has to be accepted or it has to be rejected. If the item is not working, I'll have to reject it here. If the item is working, I'll have to accept it here. So whatever is the reason, I have to mention it here for rejection. Rejection reason should be very genuine. Inspection cell for professional, you can do that and save and continue. And you can enter the OTP and verify your CRAC. So CRAC verification is done by OTP only. So post CRAC, you can give a feedback on the seller also from 0 to 5. This will be added in their rating. Suppose you put 5 rating, then we will increase some points on his rating also. So this is the CRAC document. So CRAC has to be done within 10 days of delivery. If you don't do it, GEM portal will automatically do CRAC. And we will inform you that we are going to do CRAC. Kindly check if any editing is required. So after CRAC, the next task is payments. Payment has to be done in the next 10 days. So once the product is delivered, 10 days for CRAC and 10 days for payment. We give them 20 days for payment. So buyer has to do it in 20 days. Now let us see how the payments can be processed. So first of all, buyer has to log in. Buyer has to draft the bill process. Log in as a buyer, go to the bill section. Now this is the dashboard. Go to the bill section. I will find that bill using the date filter. Process button is visible. So whenever I do CRAC, process button will again go to the bill section. I'll click on process bill. All the documents are available for this order. So first option is LD charge or late deliveries charge. If item is delivered late, then GEM will put a deduction on seller payment, 0.5% per week. So this is the deduction that GEM will have it. So you can apply yes or no. If you want to apply yes, then that particular amount will be deducted from seller invoice. Next is the DDO case or the payment authority. They have to log in. Click on the bill section. Go to the process bill button. So here they have to process the payment. Now they will verify all the details like invoice is made according to the CREC or not, the late delivery charge or any other deduction has been implied or not. Then they say final bill and verify and pay. Verify means OTP. So whenever they put OTP, the make payment button comes. So till here the process is same for all buyers. So if their payment mode is online, then they can click on make payment and make the online payment. If their payment is offline, they will see this offline payment process. Now offline payment means you are paying the vendor offline to GEM system. Like you are giving him a check, you are doing NEFT or you are doing RTGS. But whenever you make that payment, you come back on GEM and update those details here. So here we are giving the transaction number, transaction date, amount. So you have to update. You have to inform GEM also that you have made the payment. Otherwise, GEM won't come to know. And we will keep showing you as the pending payment. Then click on pay. So, okay. So this is how you pay the vendors.